Hello and welcome to your one-stop shop for everything anime and manga. I'm your host, Elastianko, and today we are diving into the world of gaming. This is my second time recording this video, so if I sound a little bit tired and annoyed, it's because I am. So today we are on Anime Fighting Simulator, and as you can see, there has been a huge update, and this video is going to break down that update and everything in it, so I hope you guys enjoy. So here we are on the main page of Anime Fighting Simulator, and just going through these real fast, there is a 50% off sale, there's new bloodlines, there are 3 new champions, there's a Halloween map update, 3 new training areas, a new sword style, special offers, which kind of goes in tangent with the 50% off style, gifting, special key system, and your balance bugs and stuff. They changed the key binding so you can actually change it yourself. So if you like your quirk better than your bloodline or your stand, you can equip that to be closer up on your number keyboard. The next thing is obviously the store is all 50% off, so if you want to buy game passes or Shikara shards or stuff like that, now is definitely the time to buy those. The next thing you'll notice in the store is the offers tab, which is brand new. This tab will allow you to buy for Robux different things in the game, such as like the flame style or Tuskak 4 or the quirk Hellflame. So the first thing that they have added is obviously the new sword style. So we're gonna head over to, wait, where's the sword styles again? Okay, here we are, found them. So they obviously added a new sword style, which would be your wind style right here. The original 3 was water style, thunder style, and flame style, but now they have the new wind style, which is a 9% chance to drop. Going on to the wiki here, we can see that wind style has been added. It is a 9% chance to drop, and it is actually the second best according to the community. So going through the attacks real quick, your Z move, which is called Dust Whirlwind Cutter, is looks like a little dash attack that you can do here with some cool wind effects going around you. Your X attack is Clean Storm Wind Tree and a slash upwards into the air, creating a deadly whirlwind. It's basically like a little tornado almost. And the next one is Ida 10 Typhoon. Don't know if I'm saying that. I'm sorry if I'm not. Leap backwards and release a spinning cyclone that bursts into a devastating storm. So as you can see here in the little animation they give, you do jump backwards and it looks like you throw like a wind cutter almost type attack and damage everything that your mouse is pointing at. Going through a little bit on boss damage and tournament damage, it looks pretty middle of the road. Obviously Thunder is still the best after 140 and 96 total damage. But the only problem with Thunder is if you have to hit each of those ticks to get that full amount of damage. With Wind, on the other hand, you are always doing a 30, 70, and 70 as long as your attacks hit. And in tournament damage, you can see here that it is pretty good as well. The next thing they added, which would be a new sword, we have the sword of Nunoboku and Chastiful. Chastiful is rather new. I can't remember exactly how new it is, but the sword of Nunoboku is definitely very new. And next up on our list is the part you probably clicked on this video for, is the bloodlines. So if you're having trouble finding where to actually purchase a bloodline, it is just across the bridge here, and we're going to turn right to the Waterfall of Truth. And we're going to drop right here, and Hagoromo is waiting for you to buy your own bloodline. Something worth noting is that the bloodlines do cost 4,000 instead of the normal 2,000 to unlock, so you're gonna have to bring a little extra cash with you if you want to purchase one of these. So as you can see here, the new bloodlines go in order with Sharingan, Byakugan, Itachi Mangekyo Sharingan, and Renegon, with their respective drop chances on the right hand side. Going back over to the wiki here, we're going to actually dive into certain damages and certain abilities of each bloodline. First up is the Sharingan, the most common one, and is ranked the worst by the community, mostly because the moves don't do any damage at all. Your first move is going to be a Genjutsu, which is kind of similar to the world stopping time. It's just going to freeze players for about 5 seconds. Next up is going to be a Copy Jutsu, which can copy any ability that a player uses, but will be at 25% less damage. And next is basically just Ultra Instinct. You can dodge all attacks for 5 seconds. And as you can see here, boss damage doesn't do anything, or tournament damage doesn't do anything. Up next is the Byakugan, which is actually ranked the second worst, which was really surprising to me because this one feels like it does the most damage, but probably because the attacks are kind of hard to hit. So your first attack is going to be a mouse pointer attack, which is called Air Palm, and it's just a powerful rapid air punch that hits the users from a ranged distance. And as you can see here, it's kind of just a straightforward air push at a target. Next up is going to be your rotation attack, and it creates a small vortex right next to the player, damaging anyone that is inside of it. And next is your Trigram's 128 palms. It forms a little circle, and anyone in that little circle looks like it's going to get hit. The only problem I can see with the Byakugan is that its attack radius is very, very tiny, so it's more of a close range bloodline than you would need for, say, the other ones. As you can see here, the Byakugan does do the most damage out of all four, with 140 and 150 and 30 for each of its attacks. This does come with a trade-off that you have to be so close to do that damage. Tournament is in 40, 25 per hit, and 10 per hit. And yeah, that's the Byakugan. Next up is the Itachi Mangekyo Sharingan, which is ranked the second best by the community. Your first attack is going to be Amaterasu, and it's going to be, you know, basically your normal Amaterasu where you are pointing your mouse at. Your second ability is the same as the Sharingan. You are basically stopping time for the player, and you cannot move for 5 seconds. Your last ability is going to be the Sword of Tatsuka, where you can create Itachi Susanoo and use the Tatsuka blade to deal damage. Here you can see it does 37.5 damage and 90 damage respectively. And next up, in standard Rinnegan fashion, you have the ranked the best, and it is also the most rare. So you have your standard Rinnegan abilities here. You have the Universal Pull, the Almighty Push, and the Planetary Devastation. And quick note, the Planetary Devastation looks the absolute coolest attack I think is in the game. But yeah, these are self-explanatory. You pull towards your opponent, or you can push them away, and the Planetary Devastation picks up everything, including players around, and forms them into that small planetoid. The only problem with this is it doesn't really do a lot of damage, and they still have to test it to do tournaments status. Another thing to note about, just a small little thing here, is if you go to your bloodlines and you activate them, your character's eyes actually do change to your respective bloodline. Mine looks a bit awkward because it does get rid of my face, nose, and everything else besides my eyes, but maybe it'll look better on your character. Obviously, these things are pretty freaking expensive, so here are all the working codes. You guys can go ahead and pause the video if you need to, but some of these are worth 5,000 Shikari shards, and that'll definitely help when buying these things. Like I said, you guys can pause the video, but here's all the working codes. I have tested these, they all work. Last quick note is that they did add 3 new champions in Sasuke, Asta, and Itachi. And if you guys want to, you can pause the video and read what each of those does, or just go look for yourself in the middle of the game. So there you have it, everything in the update in Anime Fighting Simulator. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you guys do enjoy it, let me know down in the comments, and anything else you want me to cover, also leave that down there. If you guys could leave a like on the video, it would help me so much. I appreciate every single one of you for clicking on my video. I hope this kind of helped you navigate through the update, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. This is the last Yonko, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.